I'm doing a bee right now and in ink wash and thought that I should just go live. Let's see how this is gonna turn out. So this is a very loose ink wash. I wanted to keep it loose. It's exciting this way. Don't know what's gonna happen. So I already did like a very thin ink wash with water and then a little bit of metallic watercolor. You can see. Now I'm going back in with darker ink to define the bee. So let's see here. Okay, we do not want to lose the highlight around the eyes, so have to be careful not to overdo it. I want to keep the ink wash really light for now. I can always go in with my fountain pen and really define this area. So there's a high contrast from the detail and the wings and everything else, just so we can have the ethereal looseness and then some really defined parts. I like the contrast. It's always make for interesting painting. Keep it soft. Oops. So I love how the ink wash is really difficult to be controlled, and I love the surprise that you get from doing this. You don't want to control it that much, you just want to feel it. Just slowly add different layers to get darker and darker. You don't want to overdo it at first. You want to slowly build up the layers. But then you also can't do too many layers because this is not the paper that can handle water that well. So it's supposed to be quick, loose, and fun. See what happens. Okay, this is supposed to be dark in here, the body. Okay, let's define the eyes. I might have to use the fountain pen for this so that I can really get the details right. Okay, whoops. Rinse it off a little bit. I want to go soft here. Too much. I'm going to do a little water. I want it very light wash over here. It's not light enough, but okay. Oops. Okay. Now I'm looking for the darkest part of the bee and try to make sure I have the black the blackest part in there so that you can have very high contrast painting. But then remember not to overdo it because you don't want everything to look the same. You want it to be very have variety, so you want to keep the looseness in this painting. So the darkest part is just around here, maybe a little bit here. The body. This part. Okay, and right here. And I think I should be done with the brush, and then we'll just go in now with fine details. But I need to make sure that this is completely dry. This one is Sailor Fude Nib. And let me make sure I don't spill this ink. So we're gonna really define this area, this important part right here. Having like little fine hair is really cool because it creates like this really high contrast and give variety to this ink wash painting. Without overdoing it. Now we're gonna do this really fluffy hair. Can you see it? Oops. Wait, we gotta do this a little bit more. Also, sometimes if I like right here, there should be some really light highlight. So I might go in with white acrylic just to make sure I have all the important highlights in the painting, but it's better to leave it like this and see the paper than adding the white paint in there, because the white really, you lose the looseness or the free, what you call it, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. It just feels like it's trying too hard. So this part is starting to have more details. And this part has little there, right here, some here. Maybe the wings can have some details as well. Okay. It's getting better. Oops. I feel like we're almost there. What do you think? Just a little more detail over here. Let's see. I don't want to have all these fine lines everywhere because we want to have the looseness. We want to keep that. And then we want to have some little details. Let's do this area. We have a little bit of shadows. Create a little details over here. Not too much. I don't want to overdo it. The whole point is to look like it's effortless. Overwork is never good, but it's so hard to know when to stop, what's enough. And I overwork my painting all the time because you want to do your best and then you end up doing too much, and then you learn and you try again. So hopefully this one is not gonna be overdone. We're gonna finish this painting really soon. I just want to add a little bit over here. Because this is not a watercolor painting, I don't want to add too many colors in there. I just want to use ink with just a little bit of this gold metallic watercolor, because this is not a watercolor painting. Alright, so now I'm deciding if I want to add details in the wings. I think it will be good to have a little bit of details in here. Oops. Okay. Not too much. this one. Okay, I think that this is pretty good. I don't want to do too much. Maybe add highlight right where it needs some highlight, so maybe just a little bit. Definitely don't want to do too much white on here. Just adding a little bit highlights. And I think there's details over here that I miss. Blending. Okay. All right, I think we're done. Quick ink wash of a bee. Thank you for watching. I'll do this again.